All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller. I am one of the yoga instructors here in Yoga for Caregivers. This is our weekly stretch session where we really focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of the day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through practice today, let's keep in mind our boundaries. Notice, where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find your center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water, so if and when you feel thirsty, of course, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and come into a comfortable position, whether legs are crossed or straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop like I am, on a block or a bolster, or simply down on the mat. I'm going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into our sits bones and sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, draw the shoulders forward and up, and then we're going to exhale, drop them back and down. One more time as we inhale, bring our shoulders forward and up, and then exhale, bring them back and down. Find a comfortable spot for your hands, whether on the knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. Gently close the eyes if you'd like, or simply find an unmoving point and soften your gaze here today. This year's inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. As we prepare to leave the Otter phase of the year, now is the time to consider your vision for your life. What kind of life do you want to live? How do you want to show up in the world? Whatever the answer, use your power to achieve this vision with honesty, certainty, compassion, and kindness. No goal is insurmountable when you approach it with these qualities of being. Today, as you move through practice, allow your mind to coalesce around the vision of your life and perhaps the vision for your yoga practice. So, centering in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling belly, lungs, and chest with air, before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Deep inhale as we fill the belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Another deep inhale as you begin to draw the breath into the body. Feel the belly swell out like a big balloon. And then exhale the breath out as you draw the belly button back into the spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand and your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhale air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale the air out the lungs, up the throat, and out the nose. Continue to breathe here, inhaling and exhaling with intention. Really noticing the air moving through the body. Now, if your mind wanders off, it gets distracted by thoughts, noises, or physical sensations, that's okay. The moment you've noticed you've gone away, that's mindfulness. Just see if you can return the attention to the breath, focusing on your inhales and your exhales. But if it makes more sense for you, perhaps incorporating a mantra here. Inhale, I manifest. Exhale, my vision. Inhale, I manifest. Exhale, my vision. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Let's take another deep inhale here. Set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale here as you feel that intention with your heart and mind. And then exhale the breath out. Set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. You're in the perfect spot for the next postures here. So inhale, sweep your right arm tall, bring it up overhead, bend the elbow, bring the hands to the small of the back there, right above the neck. Now, or below the neck, sorry. Now you can stay here. If you're already feeling a stretch through the arm into the shoulder blade, perfect. Option is to take that left arm and grab the right elbow, gently pulling that right elbow toward the midline here. Shrugging the shoulders down, sitting up nice and tall, core gently engaged so your sits bones are really engaged with the floor here. Good breathing. All right. And then inhale, we gently release, bring those hands back down to the knees. Inhale the shoulders back and up. Exhale them forward and down. You got it. All right. Inhale, sweep that left arm up over the head and then bend at the elbow on the exhale. Bring that hand right below the neck on that upper back space there. Again, you can stay here. If you feel that stretch running down the arm into the shoulder blade, you're great. Option is to bring that right hand to the elbow, draw the elbow toward the midline, coming into that stretch on the opposite side here. Breathing. And then inhale, release, bringing those hands back down to the mat. Inhale the shoulders back and up. Exhale them forward and down. Nice work. Removing that prop, if you're sitting on one, coming into a seated position here. We're going to inhale, arms come up overhead, and then exhale, twist over to the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind your body on the mat. Curve your head around, seated twist. Inhale as we return to center, those arms go tall. Exhale, twisting over to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind your body. Curve your head around, seated twist. Inhale as we return to center, arms back overhead. Exhale, twisting over to the left again. Good. Stay rooted through the sits bones, long through the spine. Inhale back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Shoulders are shrugged down away from the ears here. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Good. Last time each side here. Inhale, back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Good. And then inhale as we return to center. Exhale, drop your hands down to the mat, roll over the feet or kick them out to the side, coming into table. Our hands are beneath our shoulders. We're tucking our toes on the inhale. On the exhale, we're lifting our hips right into a down dog. Now, this may be the first down dog of our day or week. So let's walk our dog, bending one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of the legs here. Take a nice deep inhale as we do. And a nice deep exhale. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Come into stillness here. Deep inhale as you shrug the shoulders down onto the back. Press the chest toward the thighs. Exhale that breath out. Inhale as we look up between the hands. Baby step the feet to the top of the mat. Come right into our halfway lift. So the knees are slightly bent. The torso is parallel with the floor. Back flat, shoulders down. Hands are on thighs or shins, and your gaze is toward the floor here. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then exhale, sink into your forward fold. Tuck your chin, look between your legs. Now, your arms can hang limp. You can palm the mat. You can bring pinkies to either crooks of the elbows, or you can sweep those arms up around behind you and interlace the fingers. Good. You can stay here, or you can inhale, lift those arms up off the back as far as they're able. This is an excellent shoulder blade opener. It's going to release that spine even further. It's going to deepen the forward fold. Wherever you find yourself, let's breathe. Inhale. Exhale, we release, hands come down to the mat. On the following inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back. Reverse swan dive, our arms, they sweep wide and up. And then exhale, we come back into heart center here. Lovely. So bringing our feet about hip width distance apart, our knees are slightly bent. We're going to drop our left hand down to the side. Inhale, lift up through that right arm, and then exhale, lean over to the left, standing side bend. So knees stay slightly bent, left arm just slides down that left leg. We're reaching through those right fingers. Really root through that right heel so you feel that pull from the right hip all the way up through that right side body. Let's breathe. Then we inhale, come back into center, drop that right arm down. What we do on one side, we do on the other. Sweep that left arm up here. Exhale, lean over to the left as you reach through, or reach over to the right as you reach through those left fingers. Again, sliding that right arm down, that right side, knee stay just slightly bent. Really root into that left heel so you feel the pull from the left hip through the side body. Good. Breathing here. And then inhale, we come back into center. Bring those arms up overhead here. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me. And then inhale, lift through the torso, look up toward the sky, gently bend back here. So it's really important we're not sinking down and then leaning back. So notice how I tuck the tailbone, I lift through my torso, and then I lean back here, really squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking up toward the sky. That may mean that your back bend is not super deep, but that is okay. You're still getting that stretch. Good. Keeping that tailbone slightly tucked, knees are slightly bent. We're not locking out our joints. Inhale. Good. Exhale, release those hands down to your sides. Nice work here. Now, coming to the top of the mat, if you have shifted away from it, we're going to start by stepping our left foot back here, turning that back heel down at about a 45-degree angle. We're then going to take our left arm, wrap it around our left leg, and then inhale, sweep up with that right arm, coming into exalted warrior. So we want that front knee bent in line with our foot and in line with our ankle. Back leg is long. Good. That back arm is either wrapped around the leg, around the low back, fingers out in no man's land, or you can hook it onto your thigh. Really reaching through those top arms, lifting through the torso and breathing here. Good. Inhale, we release the arms, sweep that back arm, lift up toward the sky. We're in warrior one for just a moment. Now bring that back foot onto the ball, and then exhale, kick off that back foot, coming to stand on your right leg, and then exhale, hinge forward here, coming into warrior three. So we're rooted through that right leg here. Back foot is flexed. We're really pressing through the heel. We're trying to get our hips square with the floor. We're long through our spine. Arms are out in front of us. Now, if this is too much to have them by the ears, hands can also be at heart center or on your hips. Even if you're lifted slightly, find that balance point where you feel that challenge here and then breathe. There's no wrong answer. We're working ourselves into the deepest expression of the practice available to us today. Shoulders are down. And then inhale, come back up into standing. Nice work here. Go ahead, shake out that right leg a little bit, relieve that working leg. I'm sure you're feeling a little burn. Maybe roll the ankle in one direction and then in the other. Good. And then we're going to come on to the opposite side. I'm going to switch sides so you can see me here. So top of the mat, this time we step our right foot back. We turn that back heel down at about a 45-degree angle. We sweep that right arm around the right leg. We inhale, lift up through that left arm, coming into our exalted warrior on this side. So again, front knees bent in line with the foot, in line with the ankle. We're lifting through the torso, reaching up with that left arm. Back arm can stay around the leg. It can also go around our low back or tuck onto that thigh. Notice what is right for you here, and then let's breathe. All right, let's go ahead. Release those arms here. Sweep those arms. Warrior one for a moment. Bring that back foot onto the ball. And then when you're ready, kick off that back foot. Come onto your left leg. Hinge at the hips, leaning forward here. Warrior three, opposite side. So again, root through the left leg. Reach through that right heel here. Square the hips with the floor. Good. You're long through the spine. Arms are out by the biceps by the ears. Sorry. You can also have your hands at heart center or on the hips here. Good. Find that unmoving point. Soften your gaze. And again, if you need to be lifted, that is okay. Find that balance point. Find that challenge point, and let's breathe. Inhale, we release and come back up into standing. Nice work here. Let's go ahead and shake out that left leg as feels good for you. Roll the ankle in one direction and then in the other. Yeah, you got it. Good. All right. Now we're going to come down onto the mat. So coming to the top of your mat here, inhale, our arms sweep up nice and tall. Exhale, we swan dive down into a forward fold. We inhale right into a halfway lift, flat back, knees slightly bent. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands. Go ahead and step your left foot back. Drop the back knee down here. Good. Untuck the toes. And then, inhale up into low lunge. So our front knees in line with the foot, in line with the ankle. We're sinking our hips down. We're really feeling that nice deep stretch here on that left hip flexor. Good. Shoulders are down. Hands can be down at your sides. They can also be on your leg or up overhead, whatever you prefer. Let's breathe. All right. Inhale. Hands come down to the mat. Plant that left hand to the inside of the right foot. Exhale. Rotate across the body. Lift your right arm tall. Revolve low lunge, stretching a little deeper into that left hip flexor. Deep breath here. Exhale, hand comes down to the mat. Good. Shift your weight onto the back knee, straighten the front leg, flex the front foot. Inhale, lift the torso, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, lean with your heart center, fold forward over this front leg, dragon. Now, notice the tendency of the left hip to sink back. It makes that stretch in the front leg less intense. Square that hip with the top of the mat. Keep those toes moving in toward the shin. The stretch is intense, but we're only here for a couple breaths. You can do it. Let's breathe. All right. Inhale forward onto that front foot. Plant the hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back leg. Step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, left foot steps forward, back knee drops down, we untuck the toes, and then inhale into neutral, opposite side. So again, we're sinking the hips down, feeling that opening in the right hip flexor this time. Left knee and ankle are in line with one another. Shoulders down, hands find that comfortable position, and let's breathe. Nice work. Inhale, hands down to the mat. Plant that right hand to the inside of the left foot. Exhale, rotate across the body, lift the torso, revolve low lunge, stretching a little bit deeper into that right hip flexor. Nice deep breath here. Exhale, hand comes back down to the mat. Shift your weight onto that back knee, straighten the front leg, and flex the front foot. Inhale as we lengthen through the torso. Exhale as we hinge at the hip, lean with the heart center, folding forward over this front leg. Again, we draw the right hip forward this time, squaring it with the top of the mat, pulling those toes in toward the shin. That stretch is nice and intense, but we are here for just a couple breaths, so stick with it. And then we inhale, come forward onto that front foot, plant the hands on the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back leg, step that back leg in line with the other. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we drop the knees, untuck the toes, sink back into our child's pose. We elongate the arms and the forehead comes down to the floor. If the head does not reach the floor, you can stack your forearms, you can stack your fists. You can also grab a prop like a block or a bolster or a pillow and just rest here for a couple moments, breathing deeply. All right, inhale, we press ourselves back on up into center here, make our way onto a seat, and we're actually going to come straight down onto our back. So if you need a towel off, grab a drink of water, put on socks or a jacket for finer relaxation. Now is your moment. We will not sit up for the rest of our practice here today. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and come down onto the back. We tuck the knees into the chest, wrap our arms around ourselves, give ourselves a little squeeze. Practice well done. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and just drop those soles of the feet down to the floor and prepare for finer relaxation. So a couple options. You can stay right here, soles of the feet on the floor, knees in the air. You can also allow your knees to fall wide, soles of the feet together for recline down angle. You could extend one leg and keep the other in for fallen tree. You could extend both legs for traditional finer relaxation. Find that spot that feels the most comfortable for your hands. It's really your preference. You're also welcome to lay on your side if you'd like, lay on your belly, or you can come back up into a seated position if you prefer. Notice what feels right for you. This is your final relaxation practice, so I invite you to make it so. And begin to notice here, how fast or slow is your breath moving? How deep or shallow is it? Can you tune back into the qualities of the breath, the inhales and the exhales? Can you really feel into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, the rise and fall of your chest? Simply noticing that air as it moves in and out of you. And once again, the mind may wander off. It may get caught up in whatever is happening in your day, your week, your life. So if that happens, notice when you've gone away and then see if you can turn the attention back, come back to the inhales and exhales. Now, if it makes sense for you, you can also reincorporate our mantra we use at the beginning of practice. Inhale, I manifest. Exhale, my vision. Inhale, I manifest. Exhale, my vision. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time and I very much so respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right in this space. Insights can come continuously to give us the understanding that we need to untangle ourselves from attachments. Bringing your awareness back into the space, taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air, before slowly exhaling that breath back out. We take another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your arms and legs, just gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pausing there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. Here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or your purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? One final deep inhale here as you make your way on up into a seated position and we close out our practice together today. So find your comfortable seat, root into your sits bones, sit up nice and tall. We inhale as the shoulders come forward and up, and then we exhale as they drop back and down. Hands come into your comfortable position, whether on your knees, in your lap, or at heart center, closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here for your weekly stretch session with Yoga for Caregivers. Again, my name is Alexis. I'm here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars, set your alarms. I'd love to see you in practice again. You can find Yoga for Caregivers on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, where you can access all of the resources available to you, thanks in part to volunteers like me. So thank you so much again for joining me. I hope you have a delightful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.